Do you know how Jesus Christ lived his life? He wasn't a king or a merchant, had no gold or silver. Yet his words had power greater than the commands of kings. Jesus warned against the love of wealth, not wealth itself. He said it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. This was a warning about pride, greed, and spiritual blindness. Jesus worked as a carpenter, earning through honest labor. He taught that the worker deserves his wages, but his real message was to store treasures in heaven, not on earth. He reminded us that life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. True wealth is love, justice, and sacrifice. Work hard, earn honestly, but don't let money own your soul. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you.
What did the early church fathers and Christian saints say about wealth? Let us reflect on their timeless wisdom. Saint Basil the Great once said, "The bread which you do not use is the bread of the hungry. The garment hanging in your wardrobe is the garment of him who is naked. The shoes that you let rot are the shoes of the one who is barefoot. The money you hide is the money of the poor." Saint John Chrysostom taught, "He who gives to the poor lends to God. And what he lays up in the hands of the poor, he stores in heaven." Saint Ambrose of Milan reminded us, "You are not making a gift of your possessions to the poor person. You are handing over to them what is theirs. For what has been given in common for the use of all, you have arrogated to yourself." Saint Clement of Alexandria wrote, "Wealth, as such, is not sinful, but its wrong use. It is not the having, but the loving of money, that is the root of evil." Saint Augustine wisely declared, "Find out how much God has given you, and from it take what you need. The remainder is needed by others. Let us not be blinded by gold, but enlightened by grace. True riches lie not in our banks, but in our hearts, when filled with charity, justice, and compassion." Throughout history, wealth has shaped empires, changed destinies, and built legacies that still echo today. Let's explore some of the richest individuals in history, their lives, their fortune, and their impact. At number 1, we have Mansa Musa, the 14th century emperor of Mali. His wealth came from massive gold reserves and trade routes across West Africa. Adjusted for inflation, he's considered the richest man in recorded history, so wealthy that his pilgrimage to Mecca reportedly disrupted economies along the way. Augustus Caesar, the first emperor of Rome, controlled wealth equivalent to 1/5 of the Roman Empire's economy. His fortune was not just in gold, but in power, land, and influence. Some estimate his net worth today would be over $4.6 trillion. Akbar the Great, one of India's most powerful Mughal emperors, ruled over a prosperous and culturally rich empire. His administration generated enormous revenue from agriculture and trade, making him one of the wealthiest monarchs in Asia. John D. Rockefeller, the oil magnate, built America's first real corporate empire. At his peak, he owned about 1.5% of the U.S. economy. In today's dollars, his net worth would exceed $400 billion. Andrew Carnegie, a Scottish immigrant, revolutionized the steel industry. Though he gave away most of his wealth, at one point, he was richer than any man alive, with over $300 billion in today's money. These men weren't just wealthy, they shaped economies, cultures, and entire civilizations. Their stories remind us that wealth, when used wisely, can build legacies far beyond money.